Ta-da! Hello to part 2 of my Yokai series. It's time for the Oni, whatever. I think it's one of the most well-known creatures of Japanese folklore, and Onis are more or less something like demons, devils, orcs, something in this range. Um, they are really strong and really ugly. The most Onis I saw so far had red skin and wild hair, tiger cloth, and something like a club in their hand. And I am quite sure that I saw baby Onis, and I thought they were kind of cute, and um, that was a bit funny. Worse and kind of cute. Doesn't matter. Um, so I decided to make a baby Oni because I don't know what to make with this baby and baby doll, and I didn't have a doll that I thought would be right for the Oni. So with the baby version, I thought it could be quite good. For the club, I put a needle into the hand and then sculpted the club around it. And yeah, there had to be some other slight changes. I had to make some other slightly changes. That's how I think it is right. Yes. First, most of the Japanese spirits that are kind of funny have quite big eyeballs, and you see quite a lot of them. So they are more or less completely round, and that makes quite a funny face, I think. So I just had to give him some of these insanely round eyes too. Yeah, and then Onis have horns. So obviously I had to give him a horn, and as I mentioned, I think I saw a baby Oni somewhere and I wasn't able to find the pic, or I should have put it into the video just as proof. And that had one huge horn on the top of the head. And that was what I wanted to do with my little Oni here too. Yeah, and then I gave him some pointed ears and one tooth, and that made him already quite interesting. And of course, I made his area over the eyes, eyebrow area. My gosh, Englishing is quite hard today again. Looking a bit more, angry, and because they are mainly depicted as angry. So, and then I thought it would be a good idea to give him some more sculpting on the cheek area, and without the foundation it looked quite okay. And then I gave him two sprays, or one layer of spray foundation, and I thought, I have never seen something that ugly. So I removed, at last, these cheek extensions. My gosh, I'm talking nonsense again. But we leave it in the video, because last time I was talking a lot of nonsense when I made the Hello Kitties. And a friend of mine told me that she thinks that is quite funny when I'm struggling speaking English. So I embrace the fact that my English is not as good as it should be to make videos, and maybe someone will be entertained by this. maybe at last it's Rainbow Fine Art who is. So he got 2 layers of red foundation after the real foundation, and some color on the details like the club and the horn and the eyes. And then I sprayed him with 2 layers of MSC and used some of our trusty soft pastels again, and that led to quite an interesting look. I think he turned out quite funny. So, of all the 4 yokais I made for the birthday of a friend, the Vanyudo may be my least favorite. Then comes the Oni. I decided to show you the 2 that I'm not so completely happy about first and build up from there. Yeah, and I gave him some final touches with soft pastels and watercolor pencils. And after that was done, I took out some fabric because mainly they are wearing tiger cloths, and I didn't have anything tiger-ish in the house. But I had fake fur that was white and orangey, and I thought that is close enough, and I can do the last steps with some alcohol markers. I just glued it on to him, and then it was time for his hair. And as the Vanyudo, or the same as the Vanyudo, you know what I mean. I took some black acrylic yarn that I brushed out and straightened and just glued it on to the hat. And with that he looked insanely funny, I think. Because first of all, the tiger fur wasn't quite was quite long, and the black hair was quite long, and he just looked a bit like a very, very hairy red dot. So looked quite strange, but in the end I think with some cutting, he turned out quite funny. So obviously I had to give him quite a lot of a haircut and a clothing cut. It sounds strange. Doesn't matter. And then I just took out some alcohol-based markers and colored some of the fur in a bit black, and I tried to make it look a bit dirty, but I think I didn't have the colors for it, so that didn't work that well. And the very last step was glazing his eyes, and with that, the second yokai was done. So now, with Vanyudo and the Oni out of the way, we are on our way to the 2 I like the most. Because the next one you will see is insanely funny, I think. As a lot of yokais, the ideas behind them are a bit strange at the start, but I fell in love with a lot of them because they are so totally strange. I hope you liked this video and enjoyed my struggles again and again and again. And I hope we will see us in the next chapter of this 4-part journey. Until then. Bye.